Hi, everybody. This is Jim Cornette, pro wrestling legend, and you're listening to the Book in the Territory Unprofessional Wrestling Podcast.
This is the artist formerly known as Daryl Van Horn, James Mitchell, the Sinister Minister, and I'm here to let you know I would rather slam my cock in a car door than to miss the dulcet tones of Hard Body Harper, my illegitimate son, on Booking the Territory podcast.
Woo, Messi, this is professional wrestler Jimmy Valiant, the Boogie Woogie Man. Tell my people and my brothers and sisters, don't you dare miss Booking the Territory. Oh, yeah.
This is a one-man gang. You're listening to Booking the Territory Pro Wrestling Podcast.
Welcome back, everyone, to this week's episode of Booking the Territory, the unprofessional wrestling podcast, where today we're talking Saturday night on TBS from December the 24th. Happy Christmas, Merry Christmas, whatever it is. December the 24th, 1988. It is the go-home show for Starrcade 1988. I'm sitting here with Doc and Hard Body Harper. Harper is salty, Doc is salty, everybody is salty, and I'll leave it at that. Harper, how you doing, man?
I'm doing, I guess, fine. Fucking bullshit.
I hear you, man.
Fuck this shit.
This virus is getting friends furloughed. The unemployment thing is not easy to do.
Fuck no.
Oh, it's all a pain in the ass, man. It's all a pain in the ass. Meanwhile, Doc's been having computer issues for the last 40 minutes. How you doing, Doc?
Never let your broad or your kids touch your computer. That's what I've learned.
Yeah. Harper, you got any advice for him, or you got any experiences with people letting you use your stuff, or your dad getting mad at you when you use his stuff?
Yeah, my dad used to be like that when I have like the Atari hooked up. It's like, the Atari's fucking up the TV. No, it's not. Stop.
What did it do to the TV? I'm curious.
Yeah, like the picture might be a little fuzzy or some shit. Like it's the Atari's fault.
Dad, maybe it was the signal in Metairie.
Exactly.
You know, you're on that off-air antenna. I mean, come on, man. Oh, boy. All right, Daddy Harper at his finest. Doc, how are you, man? You all right? You hanging in there? Can I get the shout-outs in and do that real quick before I throw you to the spotlight? Because we got a good spotlight this week.
I feel like if we poured out a drink for every fired wrestler today, we don't have enough booze. The whole damn federation got sacked.
Yeah,
you notice in all those wrestlers that got fired today, there wasn't like any mention of reducing the creative or the writer staff.
Well, I don't know. I mean, there were agents that got let go.
Yeah, they had fucking agents. They didn't have the the fucking writers.
Well, I don't want to say that. That may be the case. We're just not privy to those names.
That's true.
And nobody would know if you saw them anyway, because it's a bunch of geeky nerds anyway.
That's nice, Doc.
All right. Hey, let me just preface the whole show here. Just like last week, hey, it's tough times out there. We know that a lot of people are going through some things. We're going to try to keep it light tonight. We're going to try to take your mind off of it. We're going to be unprofessional. We're going to be irreverent. Harper don't even know what that means. We're going to be about it. I'm sure he knows what that means.
Yeah.
We're going to circle, dot, but not each other.
No. Duh.
And Mike, I know you've got a couple of shout outs before we get started. You said it's Christmas time. I'd say it's Merry Starrcade time. But also, are you going to make our big announcement? Because we have some other upcoming patron content that we're going to be hitting on, right?
Well, I don't really want to announce it here because by the time this airs, that would have already aired because we can drop that right away.
Oh, well, I hope you listened and I hope you enjoyed it.
Yeah, if you're thinking
about becoming a patron, we're going to get drunk and do a show.
Yeah, so by the time, well, you know what, we'll just say it. The schedule, by the time you hear this, if you're a patron, you would have already heard us discuss our top 5 cereals. That's right, our top 5 cereals. Wait.
That sounds silly, but it could break us apart, you know?
Well, not only that, but the plan, correct me if I'm wrong, Harper, is to get drunk when we do this. Oh, Jesus.
All right. Yeah.
Harper.
I get
Harper, repeat yourself. Your Skype is, you know. Oh, fuck.
God damn it.
Shit. Did you restart? Let me ask that question.
No.
It's a prerequisite for the show.
God damn it.
It was working fine before we started recording, man.
Yeah.
All right. So, Harper, repeat yourself. We're getting drunk, right?
Yeah. Fuck it. I've been drinking fucking every night now because I got nothing else to do.
Me too. I told you I might have to go to rehab when this shit's over.
So, we're going to do a Patreon episode on our top cereals, and then I think Doc is supposed to finish watching Tiger King, so maybe you'll hear the three of us talk Tiger King, even though Harper and I have already done it.
Yeah, I got 2 more episodes to go, man. There's just nothing but heels.
Yeah.
We'll talk more about that, though. So by the time you hear this, maybe those 2 shows would have dropped. If not, the plan is to get them dropped. And with that said, I got to shout out the new Patreon members out there and our longtime Patreon members. So first off, shout out Disrespectfully Classy, Marky Blassie, Kyle Riley, Mike Childry, Joe Ice for your generous patronage each and every month. And new Patreon shout outs to Mike Schlitz. Thanks, Mike. Enjoy those extra shows on the Patreon feed, which include the world-class shows, WCW pay-per-views, Clash of the Champions, and more. And new Patreon member Joseph Merkel. Thank you very much. One of our friends from our OVP podcast and the Northern Brethren of this show. Thanks for signing up on Patreon, Joseph. Also, Sean Olmstead. Sean, I hope I said that right. And Craig Norman, longtime Hall of Fame Patreon member. He bumped up his pledge. He's a big-time Doc-A-Holic. He loves to Docster. I don't know why. No, I'm just kidding, Craig. Thank you for bumping up your pledge and supporting us. And I got one more bump up. The FXC, longtime listener and longtime Hall of Famer. Longtime listener, longtime Patreon member, and now Hall of Fame Patreon member, the FXC. And I can't remember if I mentioned this last week, but big thanks to Anthony Goldman for bumping up his pledge as well. And with that said, those are all our new or bumped up Patreon members this week. Doc, you've got something really, really, really special for your spotlight. I think somebody named Philip Allen is going to like this, and I'll leave it at that.
So, Harper, did you listen to today's Studcast?
No.
All right, that's great. So you know that recently on the Studcast, he's talking his way through his history, and then he's taking listener questions, and he's calling it the learning tree, right?
Yes. I don't know if Harper's still there.
Did you know that, Harper? Okay.
Yes. Yeah.
Well, Mike, do you have the audio pull to hear about this week's question?
So first off, before I play this, I want to let everyone know we love Ron Fuller. We highly recommend you listen to the Studcast. He's a friend
of the show.
He's a friend of this show. I mean, I do a show on the Arcadian Vanguard Podcast Network, and Ron is on the Arcadian Vanguard Podcast Network.
He's your coworker.
He's my coworker, essentially. And to be honest, Ron is a hell of a storyteller and a really, really nice man. He was on this show years ago. You should listen to his show to listen about his family's history and wrestling history. He's really good. And I'll leave it at that.
That being said, a certain Doc-A-Holic out there did something real unfortunate on his podcast today. Mike, why don't you go ahead and just play this? This is wrong.
This is from one of our listeners. He is known as the
Well, just play it. Just let Mike. Okay. Just let him hear it.
All right, ready, Hopper?
Yes.
All right, it's only a few seconds long. Here it is.
Get that cold drink, lean back against the old learning tree for some wrestling education. What have you got today?
Well, here we go. Today's learning tree is a question from someone from Twitter. And this person calls himself the Smoky Mountain Negro. His question is...
What the fuck? I love how they just no sell it.
Dude. Okay. So I gotta, Doc, I want to throw it to you, but I gotta say something first. So I was tagged in this tweet over a week ago from the ad BTT Sharecropper. His ad is actually BTT Sharecropper, but so his Twitter handle is BTT Sharecropper, but in his name it says Smoky Mountain Negro, and it's our friend Philip Allen, longtime listener, longtime supporter of this show. He tagged me in the BTT show along with Ron Fuller in this tweet, and he asked a question about Norvell. Now, I'm going to play it again. That way you can hear the question he asked, because it's actually a good question. And I want to go on to say, Ron Fuller does a great job of actually answering his question. It's really, really good and insightful what he says. Makes a lot of sense. So I really enjoyed it. But I got to play it again. So you can hear the question, and then you can go hear Ron's answer and go listen to the full show, obviously. But here it is.
Get that cold drink, lean back against the old learning tree for some wrestling education. What have you got today?
Well, here we go. Today's learning tree is a question from someone from Twitter. And this person calls himself the Smoky Mountain Negro. His question is two parts. He asks, were you ever worried about booking Norvell Austin as a heel in places like Harlan, Kentucky, and other towns down south? And what percentage of the audience in the southeastern Knoxville area was black? Great question.
Great question.
Really, and Ron does a great job of answering. I just came unglued because I thought when I saw it, and I saw that Ron was going to answer it because Ron said on Twitter, great question for the learning tree. I was like, there's no way he's going to say Smoky Mountain Negro on his show.
Somebody needs to tell Ron Fuller that we don't use those words anymore, that now we've secret coded and used the word thug.
Oh, come on, Doc.
That's nice.
I'm just saying there's ways around it if you want to code word it out.
Come on.
Phil, I hope you're doing well out there. I mean, you better be staying inside. The virus is hitting y'all's people real hard right now.
I mean, Phil just beat cancer last year, man.
That's not good. That's not good either. That makes him double susceptible.
Yeah, man.
How does the virus know how to be racist? That's what I want.
Shut up.
That's nice.
Well, it's going after the black community really hard, isn't it?
Yeah.
I'm not getting into this discussion with you.
I mean, even viruses are racist.
That's fucked up.
Come on, bro.
That's fucked up. What the fuck?
Come on, man.
I mean, that's fucked up.
Now, here's the thing.
If you drive a Dodge Charger or fucking got a pit bull, you better look out because the corona's coming for you.
Jesus Christ.
So let me just say this. Fuller gave a great in-depth answer that went on for like several minutes, and it was really good about how, different parts of Tennessee had different racial makeups and how it was due to farming and cotton and went back 100 years or 200 years or whatever that is. It was a great answer.
I wanted to play it for my wife to like get her reaction.
You were afraid she'd throw her shoe at you? And her weave would fall out.
I just wanted to play it for her, just to kind of. I just wanted to see what she would say, but I haven't had a chance yet.
Here's the thing, though. I was having kind of a busy morning and just thinking about how I don't know when things are going to get back to normal, and that just took my mind off of it,
bro. I heard it and was in the middle of doing something for work. And I immediately
took a flat back on the floor,
took a bump, and I'm messaging Doc. Jesus.
I had 72-point font come across the instant messenger gimmick, and it was like Jesus. And I was like, oh Lord, what happened? Who got the virus? And,
I sent them the timestamp, and I was like, bruh, you need to listen to this ASAP.
I'm in a meeting. Let me, as soon as I got done, I was downloading it during the meeting. I was like, all right, how bad could it be? And
No,
here's
tell him what you did when you finally heard it. You messaged me back. Oh my God. And like, okay, so I'll spoil a little bit of it. Ron said, I was scared for Norvell in those towns.
Well, yeah.
He was like, I was frightened for him. I mean, he was my friend. Anyway, go listen to it. It's a look. I think Ron Fuller does a good job all the time, but this week's episode was, for me, it was really, really enjoyable. I thought it was tremendous, and you should give it a listen.
It was good. So, as we start to think about tonight's episode, I just want to remind y'all that maybe let's be great, guys. Let's be great, like Russell Wilson says, right? Ryan and Kenny. Ryan and Auburn and Kenny Beiersdorf. Let's be great, just like Russell Wilson tells us with the Seahawks. So two BTT Hall of Famers. Let's be great like Tavares Jackson behind the wheel.
Oh, come on.
What?
Oh, he's the one that died, huh?
Yeah, you're an asshole.
He played for Seattle, didn't he?
That's fucked up. Yeah, come on.
I told Mike, I said he's the Magnum TA of the NFL.
Come on.
You going to hell, bro. You know that? Don't laugh.
Well, he died.
Don't laugh. You really going to hell.
Do they have ventilators there?
No, you're just going to suffer down there. It's real hot, too. It's like 120 degrees.
Know? It's like what?
It's like 120 degrees. I don't know. I don't know, man.
Hey, man, we got to go. We are in the go home show. We need to have a conversation about how much of Starrcade we're going to cover next week.
Oh, let's do that at the end when we get to it. I got a note for it, specifically for that.
Okay.
All right.
Then let's talk about some bitches wrestling.
That's nice, Doc. All right, so like I said, this is December 24th, 1988, Saturday night. This is the go-home show for Starrcade 1988, so the last show before Starrcade, which is on December 26th of 88. And this show opens, they go directly to the ring with Misty Blue and Heidi Lee Morgan versus Kat LaRue and Linda Dallas, so a tag team match for the women.
Yes.
Harper, how many of these bitches would you bang?
All of them.
All 5 of them? Because we have a manager.
Yeah, I'll fuck the manager broad too with the whip.
Hey. All right. Well, so,
what the fuck?
Come on, God.
Man, there were a lot of titties hanging out in this.
Yeah. And even fucking Jim Ross kind of made a little joke about that.
Man, I tell you what, Misty Blue had her tights so far up her crack, I thought a lip was gonna pop out and blow us a kiss.
And this chick is dressed up like a fucking ballerina.
That chick, this is back, man, Harper. This is back when the female wrestlers looked like they would smoke.
Yeah, smoke
and drink and give you a really rough hand job.
Yeah, because you notice, I mean, if you watch female wrestlers now, they don't look like this.
No.
No.
But the chick getting the armbar is concerned about showing off her titties. She keeps putting her hand over the goods while she's on the mat there. But yeah, the girl with the look, she's got her hand. She just pulled up her top, and the girl in the pink, the girl in the pink that's like, man, she's got that Tammy Wynette Stand By Your Man look.
Jesus, look at that hair.
Yeah, it's a rooster cut. And she looks like she'd be bored as hell with a cigarette in her mouth, just giving you a rough hand job. You about to come, boy?
Hurry up, Golden Girl is about to come on.
I want to make some eggs.
I want to make some Stroganoff hamburger. You want some?
That was fancy eats back then. Now you got this broad out there, crazy Cuban or whatever.
Yeah, she looks Cuban.
Oh my God! All right, so
this was a mess, and it went on for a long time.
Yeah.
God, her tits are like so about to pop out.
They're saggy too and big. Misty Blue looks really good here, though, man.
Define what you mean by really good.
White Lion groupie, circa 1987.
Leah Ford.
Maybe in a Rat video for like "You're in Love." Remember that song?
Yeah.
Did Rat sing Round and Round?
They did.
Yeah.
Brad had a lot of good songs in the hair metal genre, pal.
Round and Round was a good song.
They're not like Led Zeppelin or anything, but in their sphere, they were at the definitely upper mid card status.
I didn't even write down the results of this. Who won this shit?
No one involved.
Yeah. The manager came in with the whip and started beating them.
Well,
yeah,
of course. It's
and now we're gonna get six bitch action next week.
So this thing eventually ends, and they get to a formal opening. And after the match, they finally go to the podium, and JR calls Starrcade the Super Bowl of wrestling or World Series of wrestling, but they call it Starrcade True Grit. JR and Tony run down the Starrcade 88 card. We'll talk about that during Starrcade. No need to run down the card. And that was all I had. This went on for a long time, though, before we finally get to a promo from Jim Cornette. Y'all got anything before I go to Jim Cornette's promo?
Corny's feeling the season's greetings with that racket he's got.
I have a question for you about that. I'm going to hit play, and then we're going to discuss it. Here's Cornette.
All right, we are ready to go for more action on World Championship Wrestling. That was Jim Cornette.
Spread out, guys. It's Christmas Eve. One day away from the most joyous time of the year. 2 days away from Starrcade 88. Going to be the biggest thing ever in professional wrestling. And, you know, it's not the time to come out here and get violent and talk about all the bad things that's going to happen to Paulie Dangerously and the original Midnight Express at our hands. You know, I got to thinking Christmas is a time where you think, what have I got to be thankful for? What have I got to be joyous about? As you sit down with your family, you got to go over all the happy things. Well, what have we got to be happy about? 2 months ago, we were sitting on top of the world tag team champions, everything going our way. Now, all of a sudden, the Road Warriors, Pearl Harbors, take the world tag team title. The original Midnight Express and Paulie Dangerously come out here, beat us half to you-know-what right there on television. We got messed over at Seasons Beatings by Ric Flair and Barry Windham. Now, the dressing room we used to be in, nobody likes us over there. And at the same time, the other side, they got no use for us either. So we got no friends, no allies in professional wrestling. So what have we got to be thankful for? That's exactly right. That's what I'm getting to. They beat me to it. Brother, we got a lot of friends that we never realized that we had out there. We got a lot of people that have said, Jim Cornette, you and Bobby Eaton and Stan Lane are the Midnight Express, and you're right in this thing. And plus, I've got Bobby and Stan, and they've got me. That's all we've ever needed before. And we are going to take care of the original Midnight Express and Paulie Dangerously at Starrcade 88. And part of it is going to be for revenge on our part, but part of it is going to be for all the people just like that have supported us and said, no matter what you've done in the past, you are right. You are the real Midnight Express. That's what we've got to be thankful for this Christmas, and that's what 2 days from now we're going to give you a little Christmas present, because I can't think of any better thing to give the people of America than to see Paulie Dangerously dancing on the end of this, and to see Dennis Connery and Randy Rose put down to defeat by the one and only real Midnight Express. And don't worry, Bobby and Stan are going to wrestle later on in the show, but in the meantime, I just want to come out and say ho, 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 Merry Christmas to you, and Merry Christmas to you, Jim Ross.
Thank you,
and even
Okay, I pulled it. I stopped it while the music started playing. Doc, that tennis racket cover, do you know where that's from? Doc, did I lose you?
Doc?
No, I'm back. No, I don't know where that's from.
Okay. That racket cover, and I'll need Harper for this too, because he was with us. I believe that is the same one he had when he and Tammy Fitch in Smoky Mountain Wrestling did that like year in review show or whatever.
Oh shit, you're right.
I think that's the same racket head cover.
Damn. All right.
I'm almost certain it is, because I think it had ho 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 on it, and I think it had the Santa face.
Remember we do those clip shows and we're like, dude, what the fuck are we gonna talk about?
Yes. So anyway, that's what I think that's from.
Do you think you could talk about Pearl Harbor and somebody today?
I don't think so. He got that from Bill Watts in Mid-South. What do you think? You think he could use that?
Bullshit. No. If the president's using the China flu, then you can call Pearl Harbor.
I think it
works under different rules.
It's an outdated term where people be like, what?
That's true too.
Pearl Harbor. Fuck you talking about?
That's true too. There's something to that. What the fuck with this dog? Steiner, this dog is terrifying.
Dog is that?
It's from the
I don't know, but I don't know about Corn. He is fantastic dealing with it.
Yeah.
He really is. So, Doc, any thoughts on Cornette's promo before we go to the next match?
You know, I mean, babyface Corny was something we hadn't really seen at this point, so
it's different.
It was a first. You know, it was new.
Yeah, it's different. It's completely different.
Yeah,
we're not used to it. Harper, anything from the promo?
It's the best was Corny with the dog. He's about to drop it there.
Doc, I'm just going to throw it to you. The match we got is a 6-man. JYD, Ivan, Rick Steiner defeat Keith Steinmore, Eddie Sweat, and Randy Hogan. Cornette is a runaway train, on the mic or whatever, but go ahead.
I need 1448 for your all-time favorite wrestler here. Right, let that go.
Okay, let's see. It's at 1440. Let's see what JYD does.
You handled him quite well last week. That big dog in the ring's not too pleasant. He's 325 pounds, thank God. The dog that Cornette is carrying is not the size of JYD.
Is that a good stomp?
The chant of JYD from the fan. Too pleasant.
It wasn't a stomp. It was supposed to be like his foot over the eyes.
Yeah, like an eye rake.
Like an eye rake.
But it was awful lazy.
I mean, what do you want from him?
Right.
He's probably hungry out there.
Corny with this dog on the outside is killing me.
It's hilarious. He is hilarious. He's like this, why do they keep making the match go so long? Can I get 1630?
Yeah, hold on. You want to prep us for what we're about to see?
No, all I had was damn. Oh, yeah, I do know.
This dog is heavy, and it's slobbering on me.
Yeah, does it give that warm feeling? If it is, it's not because it's, you don't
think that's slobbering?
What a move in the ring.
What?
Do you want to describe that, Doc?
I don't know. He just dropped him on his foot. He spiked him in the ground like a fucking football. He went up like a tombstone pile driver, and just drove him in the ground. I mean,
what did you think?
That was rough.
Shit.
Jeez.
Here it goes, bitch. Fuck you.
Dude, you talk about a spike. That dude spiked up off the ground.
Dude, you said it best. He spiked that bastard like a football. Dude, it was like the Washington Redskins in the 80s and the Fun Bunch. They'd spike the ball and then dance around him. God, he spiked him on his head.
That wasn't funny back then. It's not funny now.
Oh, it's funny. It's funny. Fritz von Malkiel liked it. He's a Redskins fan.
I saw a picture of him on Twitter. Let me just say, it's very clear we're not the same person.
Okay.
Well, one of us is good looking, and it's me.
So let me make a point about this match. Like I said, the JYD, Steiner, Ivan actually win. The whole time, Cornette is on the outside of the ring with the dog that again is back in the studio this week, and Cornette is worried that his dog Snuffles at home is going to be mad because Snuffles will smell this mutt that's on him. The poor dog ends up in the ring at the end when Steiner puts the dog right. That's what I was gonna say. Harper, explain how this dog is terrified.
Well, because you got people screaming and everything else, and the dog's like, "What the fuck?"
This is an unstable situation. For Canine.
And then he puts the kid in the ring to fucking kick the guy with the Alf sweatshirt.
Dude, it is terrible in the world. I'm waiting to get to. Oh, it must already happen. Hold on, let me go back to it.
Everything about the late 80s was just crying for Nirvana to come along and do some heroin and clean it up.
Okay, so look at Steiner. The dog is watch this dog. This dog thinks this poor dog. Look,
dog's like
Oh no! Look at that
Dog
look.
is terrified. He's trying his best to get the hell out of there. Okay. Any other thoughts?
Look, this is garbage, except for the fact Corny was out there for comic relief, and that saved it. Let's be clear.
It's garbage, but we talked for a minute about Steiner football spiking some poor sap on his head. Okay. What do y'all have from Lex Luger? Anything?
The crowd didn't like him talking because you hear him saying, "We can't hear you."
I know they were giving him shit, but I thought he was good.
Yeah.
I thought he was real good, actually.
I thought he was good too because he was very somber. Let me play because I wanted to see if we could hear the crowd. Harper, here it is.
Hey, Lex, everybody's done a lot of talking about the big event. I guess it's, as the old cliche goes, it's time to quit talking and start acting right now.
Wow. That's quite a match we just saw there.
It was unusual to say the least.
Very unusual. You know, I have to say, it's a time for reflection, holiday time. For me, more than ever, it's a time for anticipation. Because my anticipation is for the day after Christmas. So much has been said, the shouting, the screaming, it's all over. The training's all been put in. The competitive fire for a match such as this has to come from within. It has to burn very deep. You have to want it so bad you can taste it. It's not easy to become the world's heavyweight champion. It wouldn't be worth so much if it was. Now, Ric Flair, there's so many ironies. Us being adversaries, we were once best friends. You made me wait so long for this match once again. I've received thousands of cards, letters of support from a lot of great fans out there who believe that I can be the next world's heavyweight champion the day after Christmas in Starrcade, TrueGrid 88. I really appreciate that. It means a lot to me. It means a lot to people close to me. I've had so many people since I was a young athlete who've helped me train, lift weights. My football background, all my teammates have just expressed their support. They know that this is the culmination of everything I've worked for all these years. I know it's an opportunity that does not come very often. And Ric Flair, I plan to make full extent and use of this opportunity because you only get so many chances to go around in life. This time, I've got the people on my side. I've got the third man in the corner. You have J.J. Dillon, but this time he can't stick his nose in it because disqualification has been ruled. If J.J. sticks his nose in it, you lose the belt. So now I've got the support. I've got the extra person. That's the fans in Norfolk. That's the millions of people out there in the viewing audience who've shown support for Lex Luger. I am determined, like I've never been before. The fire burns deep, Ric Flair. I want you to know that I have every intention, in 2 days from now, being the next world's heavyweight champion.
All right, Lex, and good luck to you, too. Lex Luger, going after...
I thought he was good, man. Them fans are being disrespectful.
Yeah. They're just being assholes. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he Doc, you thought he was solid too, right?
Man, he popped me with one of those lines when he said, "This shit's hard. If it wasn't hard, anybody would do it." Man, that was back when this was still true. When's the last time somebody else was world champ? Not this calendar year.
Yeah.
It's been a couple years.
Ron Garvin was the last one.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. I mean, think about it. Who's the last few? Flair? Garvin? Dusty? And Garvin and Dusty didn't have it long at all.
Yeah.
I mean, he's right. That belt don't move around, bro.
And so why wouldn't he come out there 2 days before Go 30 and be somber and be dialed in and thinking about what this means? That all makes perfect sense. All that told me was that you go to a concert in 2020, you go to not in 2020, maybe 2019. You go to somewhere, a movie, man, it don't matter what year you go. A bunch of broads can't shut up.
God, I want to say something witty, but that's too true. No, it's true.
And then
It's
you
like-
got the asshole. You got Randy in the back row. We can't hear you.
Yeah, fuck you, asshole. Ain't about you.
Man, we
Sit the fuck
finally
down.
coaxed a good promo out of Luger, and you're gonna ruin it because you're a fucking drunk hillbilly at 10:30 in the morning at
Techwood Drive.
Shut the fuck up. Sober up, Randy.
Shut up. Shut up. Go out to your truck at intermission and get a Coors Yellow Belly and suck one
Go
down.
out there and earn $20 the hard way from Darren in the parking lot.
Bitch.
What the hell, Harper? Why you bringing my name up again in the show? Hey, come on, man. What the hell you guys talking about? Earlier, you're talking about the woman's titty pulling out and stuff. What the hell, man? Come here. What the hell's wrong with you guys? I try to listen to it again, and it's just bullshit. Oh, Darren.
That's the kind of guy who listens to Colin Cowherd on ESPN because it's real sports. Get the fuck,
That's nice.
Get the fuck out of here.
I listen to him on FS1. I watch him.
Ugh.
I mean, what else am I going to watch?
That's true. Golden Girls.
I tell you what I'm watching. I'm watching Kevin Sullivan and Dr. Death against Randy Mulkey and Ryan Wagner. Watch Mulkey take this freaking backdrop and right on his ass.
It's like an atomic drop.
He landed flat on his ass. Oh, Sullivan and Dr. Death win. Doc, anything?
Sullivan was all over him at the beginning. Yeah.
Yeah.
Brutal.
Going back to
Harper,
Luger, though,
go ahead.
Luger. Luger actually made me think, hey, maybe he can win this.
Yeah, I mean, if I didn't know the results, I'd say, he's got a shot.
What do you mean, know the results? We're doing this in real time, right?
Oh, that's right. This is 1988. We went in the Boogie Mobile.
What did I say happened to the Boogie Mobile?
I don't know. What did you say? You said something earlier this week.
So, we were talking about 89, and I said, you were like, it's like watching this shit go down the drain for the second time. I was like, yeah, it's like Harper and I ran out to get in the Boogie Mobile, but it won't start because the jive tones so took out and sold the spark plugs for weed.
You're an asshole.
I miss the jive tones. I miss Boogie. I miss Lasertron. I miss Bugsy.
Yeah.
I miss Arn and Tully. We're about to start missing Tony Schiavone.
The discussion we had was, it's unreal. As a kid, you don't realize it. We sat there from 1982 to 89. In that 7-year period, feels like a lifetime.
30 years.
Feels like 30 years. And then we realized, Doc and I started doing the math. We were like, do you realize what we would consider the peaks of wrestling for all of us? And I can even make the argument that some people wouldn't even say 89, even though you got Flair and Steamboat. That's why I'm including that. And then Funk comes in. But I said, you only had 7 years from 82 to 89 for our childhoods. And then when we were adults, we had 96 to 98. I said, that's only 9 years and we're 40 plus years old. So, like, when you really boil it down, the golden period for us was such a short time span, and you don't even realize, like, it just kind of, it hits you that, damn, it really was only good for this amount of time. And other than that, we've had to wade through some bad stuff.
Yeah, it's like the 85 Bears.
Yeah.
1 year.
They had 1 year, and then fucking Joe Montana happened, and then that was it.
Yeah, and I'm not trying to knock wrestling in general. I'm just saying, like, we think of the great years, and it feels like they lasted forever, when in reality, those great years were, like, so short. It's the whole discussion about, the original Horsemen. Those some bitches weren't together but year and a half. Like the original. I mean, the original. Not I know there were more. I'm talking about the original. It's like, damn, that didn't last long, but it felt like it did when it was happening. All right. Doc, anything before we go to the Road Warriors?
Mm-mm.
They got something to say, and I want to hear
They sure do.
Yes, sir. Hold on. Let me get to it. Oh, shit. This damn thing's hard to do.
Come on.
All right. Yeah, it won't let me get right to it like I want. Here it is.
And we're back here, ladies and gentlemen, with the World Tag Team Champions. We're about 48 hours away until they walk the aisle, as has been said many times on this program, in the Norfolk Scope Arena and put it all on the line. Do you feel a little bit more soft-hearted now we're on the eve of Christmas?
Well, you know something, Jim Ross? Our producers don't want us to say anything disgusting or mean out here, so we gotta try to be good men and say nice things. What difference it makes us is nothing. We've been getting coal in our stocking for 25 stinking years, and we don't care. 2 days, Dusty. You and Sting get to get revenge against us. But deep down in your heart, you gotta be scared. You gotta be wondering, God, was I really smart to call Animal in the ring? Because you knew I wasn't just gonna sit back there and take it. And my brother, he ain't gonna watch me take any cheap shots from you. So 2 days, you gotta decide, you and Sting, whether you really want to get in the ring with us or not. Tell him, Hawk.
Jimmy boy! I think that Sting and Luger know what it's like to wrestle the Legion of Doom now. It's a lot like a roller coaster. You feel like you're gonna die, but you don't. But roller coasters have brakes. We don't. Did you convey the message, boys, to Dusty Rhodes so he knows what kind of a boat he's hopping into? We're the Chicago Bad Boys, the monsters of the Midway, if you will. We're the guys who woke up in alleys, sleeping in cardboard beds, and woke up to a rat chewing on our ankles. Bit the rat's head out, spit it out, and ate the rest of them for breakfast. Paul, lay it on him, big boy.
You know. All right. There you go, Jaworski. You can crank it off the Ellering on your own time. Doc, Harper, I thought Animal was great there when he said the producers don't want us to say anything disgusting or mean out here, so we need to be good men and say nice little things. You think they got the memo telling him to keep it clean?
Yeah. This was great, huh? How can you not love the fucking Road Warriors?
It's hard not to love them.
They're fucking so badass. And no one else was fucking like them.
You know, I know Ron Simmons gets the line of what's that Tony Schiavone says, Doc? He's unfuckwittable. But I feel like the Road Warriors were the original unfuckwittables.
Yeah.
Just my opinion, but
man, he said roller coasters have brakes. We don't.
Yeah.
Bruh.
They just look and sound real.
And then he's like some rat gnawing on his ankles. I bet he had some rat gnawing on his ankles.
That's nice.
You know you thought it, Harper.
Harper, you ever have a girl over and you or maybe you've been at her house and you just y'all were banging and then you like, you're like, I'm sleepy now. Like same effect as after Thanksgiving dinner,
Yeah.
And then you wake up in the middle of the night and they're doing something goofy. Like, I don't know, like
something sexual?
No, they're just, you like wake up and you expect them to be asleep and they're doing something stupid.
Yeah.
I don't know, like making blueberry muffins in the kitchen.
Like I slept, that's one chick I fucking used to date. I woke up. I was like, where is she? She was outside cutting the grass.
Wait, what time was she cutting the grass?
Like at 9 o'clock in the morning.
Okay, I was making sure she didn't just wake up at 4 a.m. after she got, Harper's freaking lead pipe. And all of a sudden at 3:30 a.m., she woke up and gassed up the lawnmower and started cutting the grass. All right. It's not as bad as I thought it was. So she left you in the bed and was cutting the grass at 9 a.m.
Yeah.
I'm starting to think Harper's jizz may be the main ingredient for 5-hour energy.
That's nice.
Did you ever have any? Did you ever had any women spend? Go ahead, Doc. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
I was going to ask. Harper told us a story about the damn turtle in his tank that used to wake him up in the middle of the night and used to that shell of the turtle used to hit the top of the tank, and he finally realized, oh damn, that's what that is, a turtle. Did you ever have a woman sleep over and the turtle woke her up in the middle of the night? Not your turtle, but the turtle in the tank?
Nah.
Oh damn, I thought this was gonna be good.
Nah.
You ever take it? Well, never mind.
Why?
No, what? What?
I was like,
what you gonna say, man? Go ahead.
it's not that great. I was just wondering.
This is gonna be good.
No, it's really not. Just if you've ever had a one night stand but taken a shit at their house.
What?
Okay.
Good guy. I remember one time, bro. I had a fart so bad, bro, and she wouldn't go away. She fucking walked off. I went in the bathroom to take a piss. And I just, I was like, holy shit. I was like, when the fuck were you going to shut up?
How long had you known this chick?
A while.
So let me say this story again. You're on the sofa and she won't shut up and walk away?
No, like it's the next morning. And we wake up laying in bed just fucking talking. I was like, yeah, okay. I ain't gonna take a piss. And then I'm like, she wouldn't shut up. And I finally just fucking got up and went to go piss because I had to fart so bad. I just fucking ripped one.
Doc, you got any follow-ups?
I don't think so.
That's fantastic, because I know 99% of the men in here can relate to this, that listen to this show. Dude, I do it every morning. I get up, take a leak, and I let one rip, and I swear every morning I hear, ugh, from the other room, because it sounds like a bullhorn going off.
Wait. You don't just fart in the bed?
Bro, I fart wherever I'm at. I'm just saying.
Okay.
In the morning, I don't have no shame. Look, man, here's how I feel about it. You can kiss my ass if you have a problem in this world with people farting, because
that's nice.
It is a natural bodily function. It is part of your gastrointestinal shit, what am I looking for? Your gastrointestinal tract has to expel the gas. I need Blassie to come on and explain this, but he knows what I'm talking about. Anyway, bro, farting is not something that you just like, you know what'll be funny if I just fart a lot. Your body just does it. It's like burping. It's like peeing. It's like pooping.
How do you feel about Sasha farting?
I don't care. Let it rip.
That's nice.
Yeah, but you don't have to. But you don't have to like stick your nose down there and smell it right out of her ass.
Yeah, well, girls don't poop.
Let me tell you something about black women too. This is black women act like farting is like too prissy or something. I don't know what their problem is. Anyway, my wife gets mad. I'm like, you sit there and hold that gas in all day, and then what happens is when you go to bed at night and your muscles relax, that's when it just starts ripping. That's what she does. And I'm like, she's like, no, I don't. I say, yes, you do. Because it wakes me up. It's like a damn horn going to.
That's nice.
Dude, she'd kill me if she knew I told that story on this show. Anyway, the Fantastics defeat Rick Allen and Jerry Price. Anything from that match, Harper?
No.
Doc, you? All right.
No, but look at Rick. He looks like he is heading to a Christmas party where there's going to be a lot of cocaine and maybe some mixed drinks and perhaps a nice spiral cut ham for
That's
Christmas.
Nice. Let's go to Ric Flair and see what he's got to say leading into Starrcade.
He's been there. There's no doubt about it. But for Lex Luger, it's not the quest to become World Heavyweight Champion. That's a big challenge in itself. But also to defeat Ric Flair is a big enough challenge in itself.
For Tony Schiavone, it's Christmas Eve, and it's a festive
time of the year. It's when people that are real people turn out. They take care of their families. They take care of their loved ones. They open their hearts with generosity to the world. But the bottom line is, and this is what people out there really don't like about a guy like me. What are you going to buy the man that has everything for Christmas? You going to buy me a mink coat? I got 5 of them. You're going to buy me a new car? I've got 6 cars. You're going to buy me a new house? I've got 4 houses. The bottom line is, when you're the world's heavyweight champion, and you are the best wrestler in the greatest sport in the world, you really don't care about public sentiment. You know, Luger was out here, and Luger, we all know, is the fans' favorite. The public sentiment is behind him. The whole world wants to shut Slick Rick up. Bottom line, the intelligent wrestling fans, and there's lots of them, know there's only one. This trophy right here. Put the camera on it. No. It ain't Slick Rick. There's only one World Heavyweight Wrestling Championship. I don't care what you read or what your neighbor tells you. This is what it's all about. And right now, Ric Flair happens to be there. But Lex Luger and Ric Flair, 2 days from now, are going to wrestle to determine who is the best. The bottom line. Who is the world's heavyweight champion? Starrcade, 1988, right here. The bottom line. This is the greatest sporting event of all time because this is on the line. This, the real McCoy. It's not Ric Flair. It's the World Championship. Build all the personality you want in this event. But the bottom line is, either Luger walks out with the title or I walk out with it. And the bottom line is, if I beat Lex Luger, they say, well, he was lucky. He lived to run and fight another day. If Luger beats me, he's on top of the world. He's the man. The bottom line is, Luger, to be the man, you got to beat the man. And on the 26th, I will be the man.
We'll be back right after this.
I mean, I don't know what to say. That was pretty damn good for the go-home promo for Flair. What did you think, Doc?
To me, that's how you get a title over. When he said it's not Ric Flair, it's about the World Championship. As great as we know Rick to think of himself, he thinks even more of the title. That's how you get the title over. And when Luger comes out and he's, not somber, but just reflective and serious about his chances, you see that Rick's talking himself into a lather. It's like, man, this is how you build a title fight.
Yeah, I'm with it. I loved it.
And he's like, you can't get me anything for Christmas. I don't give a shit. I got 4 of whatever you want to get me for Christmas. I need this title. Because there's only one of these. And it's the real deal. Dude, that's big fight feel.
Good shit, pal. Harper, what do you think?
I liked it when he said, I don't care what your neighbors say. This is the world title.
Yeah.
Which means fuck Hulk Hogan. This is the real fucking title.
Yeah, there were some underlying shots taken, I thought.
Yeah. Because as a kid, I used to wonder who's the real world champion. Because everyone called himself a fucking world champion.
I think we all did that because all three of us used to look in the PWI and we used to see the AWA champion and we used to see the NWA champion, we see the WWF champion, and we all used to go, well, wait, if they're all a world champion, which one's the real champion? And I think we thought that at a time, but I don't know, for me, I always then thought Flair was really the world champion, but still you were like, what if they actually fought? Because you knew you'd never see it back then. So
yeah,
I agree. And I thought there was like a little small shot taken. It was good though. I enjoyed it. I really did. That was a good promo. Anything else, Harper?
No, this is fucking perfect Flair.
It is, leading up to the match.
Yeah.
And then we go.
Is there anything that is like the air in the building when you're about to watch a big fight for the title?
Say that again.
Is there anything like that feeling of anticipation right before a big fight? Like, especially for the world title, boxing, MMA, wrestling, just that feeling of anticipation about, okay, we've watched the other matches. We've spent all the weeks watching the build up, but it's here and it's on.
I think in boxing and MMA, it's more about the two fighters than it is about a title. I can see that side too, Harper, but I think it depends.
I do think it depends. Sometimes it is about the two fighters, and then sometimes it is about the title and who's going to walk away with it. Because sometimes, like, here's the thing. The title is fine if there's been a good story being told. And I think there's a good story between Flair and Luger in this situation. So it's about the fighters and the title in this situation. But there are times in wrestling where you don't have a title on the line and you just have two good participants. And you're like, all right, I want to see who's going to win this match.
But there's something when the title's on the line and they've told the story right, and it's all there, that couple of seconds right after the bell rings where it's like, shit, we're finally here and it's on.
Yeah,
I know. I felt that way about Starrcade '85 with Dusty and Flair.
And there is no feeling like that.
Yeah, I agree.
Not even busting guts.
Not even busting guts.
I mean, it's good, but it's a different good.
I don't know about that. I take the busting the guts, but
I didn't say it was worse or better. I said it's different.
It certainly is different. Well, you know what is different than Ric Flair is Sting defeating Bill Holiday in the next match.
Jesus Christ.
And then here's a Sting promo that Doc's head's going to explode again.
I don't know how this man's going to celebrate Christmas. I don't think it's going to be serene and quiet. He doesn't do anything real serene and quiet, do you?
What'd you say?
You knew I was going to do that, didn't you? 'Tis the season to be jolly. 'Tis the season to paint up your face, hook up that pay-per-view, and watch me and watch Dusty Rhodes. Ow! Get a little bit of revenge, if you know what I'm talking about. Hold on, Rocky, hold on.
Well, he's going to the crowd here. I don't know what he's doing. Look. Some artwork.
This is a great likeness right here. Very, very good likeness. Scorpion, the paint, the hair. It's all going to be there. Starrcade 1988. True Grit. Woo! Some things just never change, Rossi.
Ladies and
I don't.
No doubt about it, and no need to change when you're there. The Stinger will be in, of course, Norfolk on Monday night. We're going to go back to the ring now.
He's like a big kid. He's just a big, dumb kid.
Doc?
Just terrible.
He screams every week. Ow! Okay, I won't torture you.
Just terrible.
Oh, boy. The Russian Assassins defeat Tony Suber and Max Miles. The crowd is chanting USA. None of us have interest in the Russian Assassins.
No.
Doc, Any thoughts? Harper, any thoughts?
No.
I watched this entire episode except for this match where I fast forwarded.
Did you really? You completely fast forwarded?
Yeah.
Wow. All right. So with that said, let's go to Paulie and his Midnight Express. They're out there. Remember, we got Paulie's Midnight versus Cornette's Midnight at Starrcade to further along what's going on with their story. So here is Paulie.
Hey, gentlemen, there's a lot of confidence in the other corner. We heard it from Jim Cornette, but looking over your shoulder here, Paul, Randy Rose and Dennis Condrey seem pretty confident also.
Merry Christmas, huh? That's what I'm supposed to come out here and say. They said at TBS, they said, Paulie Dangerously, don't be the mean SO you-know-what and come out here and ruin Christmas. But let's talk reality now, okay? In 2 nights from now, the greatest card in the history of professional wrestling takes place. Dusty Rhodes, all whiskey bent and hellbound, is going to come out with one eye and try to avenge against the Road Warriors. Ric Flair, the greatest champion this sport has ever seen, is going to try to fend off Lex Luger, coming out here doing this all the time. And then the match that everybody's been talking about for 7 weeks. The match that means everything to me, to Randy, and to Dennis, as well as to Jim Cornette and his men. Starrcade 88, True Grit, the Midnight Expresses will clash. And just remember one thing, Jim Cornette. You can come out here and insult us all you want. Oh, Dennis is this! Oh, Randy's a moose with a hernia! I'll give you credit. You're a great manager. The reason you're a great manager is because you traveled the roads with these 2 gentlemen for 3 years, and you listened, and you learned, and you wrote down everything that they had to teach you. That's why you're a great manager. And Bobby and Stan, you are the 2nd greatest tag team in the world today. Remember a couple things, though. I came out here 7 weeks ago and I said, I am obsessed with your demise. And I beat you up on television. And Dennis beat up Bobby. And Randy beat up Stan. And Jim Cornette bled so bad the cameras had to pan out. Jim Cornette, this is all going to come down to one thing. Which Midnight Express is the real Midnight Express? Which Midnight Express wants it the most? The fact of the matter is, when Bobby Eaton is sitting there with his kids tonight, can he tell little Dustin, I'm going to end Dennis Condrey and Randy Rose's career? Can he say that to his kid on Christmas Eve? Because when Dennis is with his family tonight, and he's sitting there and they're waiting for Santa Claus, he can say to little Corey, and he can say to little Sean, yeah, I'm going to end Uncle Bobby's career. I'm going to cripple Sweet Stan, and I'm going to take Jim Cornette apart. You have not ever, ever, ever opened your mouth, Cornette, like you have this time. You have dug your own grave, and tonight, on Christmas Eve, don't ask Santa Claus to help you. Because so help me, you know what, Jim Cornette. 2 nights from now is the last night of your career. I know it. The big money people know it. You're looking at the real Midnight Express. Merry Christmas indeed. See you at Starrcade.
Well, I think Paulie means business. Doc, what do you have from it?
Are we sure that Corny and Paulie aren't half brothers with the same dad?
I don't think they're related, but go ahead.
Man, here's the thing. Paulie is so good for being so young here, but I just look at him like last night on FS1, and I got the network, but I just turned on TV right before I went to bed, and Ruthless Aggression on Brock Lesnar was on, and fucking Heyman's out there. And it just, it's amazing the arc that guy's had. And the carny that he is to be able to just land and just assimilate enough to keep a job. It's amazing. And he's tripled in size during that time.
He is a carny bastard, dude. He's
a carny bastard, but here's the thing. He ain't taking no steroids, but his head is 3 times as large as it was back then, just like Barry Bonds' head grew.
It's nice, Doc.
I'm just saying. Now, here's the thing. We're trying to talk him in the building and get some pay-per-view buys. If we're going to do this right, I'm ready to see this undercard with the Midnight Express is getting it on.
Yeah.
And he came out and said what he couldn't say either. I also like the little line he had, the big money people know it. Like, wait, who's that? But yeah, man, you think about him. That is 32 years ago, and that fat bastard has still figured out a way to, like, keep himself in the... Look at that.
He is a carny as Stan Wiggles because they're the next matchup. Stan.
Look at that. What's up, girl?
Wait, what's the timestamp there?
That was here.
All right, then
58:05.
I don't need to pull that out then. Jesus
Finish what you said about, and we'll talk about it. Finish what you had about Paulie, and then we'll talk about Stan wiggling.
Well, I mean, he went and, all due credit, he went and did a Northern Smoky Mountain and followed his vision. But then he hops off the train right as it's hitting the brick wall and jumps into the WWF. And it's managed to be there forever. He attached him. You think about Dusty attaching himself to people. He got himself attached to Brock, who is the idea. Everybody says that's Vince's idea of the guy. Paul Lee has worked everybody.
Dude, he might be next to like a guy like Bruce Pritchard or somebody. Paulie is one of the carniest sons of guns you'll ever see in wrestling.
Can you imagine walking in a room, having dinner with Bruce Pritchard and Paulie and trying to escape with your wallet and your watch?
That's nice.
I would have no problem escaping with my wallet and watch, but I would believe...
Would you want to shower afterwards?
I would want to shower, and I wouldn't believe a word either said.
How can you?
They could tell me that... Here's how much I believe them. They could tell me that the world was indeed round and it wasn't flat, and I would start to believe the world is flat. And we all know that's absurd. There's no way I'd believe anything those two would say. And I'm not saying they lie all the time. I'm just saying that's two working sons of guns.
Yeah. They're corny as fuck.
Carnies. All that said, Harper, what did you have from Paulie?
I'm just... So this is the end of Paul Jones, right?
No.
Coming up.
I keep thinking it is, but it ain't. No. He's going to be around for a while.
Because I'm thinking this would be great that he's going to fill that void. And he's going to be the fucking second manager.
Paul Jones is going to be around for a little while longer.
God damn. I don't remember him sticking around this long.
Yeah, me either.
I'm telling you this, 3 years ago when we started this, if you had said what was his last year in the NWA, I'd have said
86.
I said I guess he makes it into 86. Maybe.
No, I knew 86, but I would have said I guess he makes it into 87. What I had totally forgot is the Russian Assassins, because that's how bad it was. I put it out of my mind.
Bro, that must have been... I had no recollection.
So, all right. Any other thoughts, Hopper?
It's just fucking... He's fucking great at his job.
Look... Corny said it when I was on his show a few weeks back. He was like, he had the idea. He told Dusty about it. They brought Paulie in, and it was perfect for them two to go back and forth with the guys involved. The original Midnight with Dennis, because that's what made it all work. The original Midnight and Randy Rose, and then Corny's got his Midnight with Stan and Bobby. And then you got those two cutting promos. They're savages, man. They were actually mild this week to me, but they were still great. They were still really good. But I agree, Hopper. He's just good, man.
He's just so fucking great. And he's so young.
Yep.
Looks like he drives a fucking Volvo that he can't pay for.
Tells all the broads at the jazz bar that he's either a world famous surgeon, or that he was in competition with Bruce Willis to be on Moonlighting.
Fucking Moonlighting, Jesus!
You like that?
That's when Bruce Willis had hair.
Yeah, some. Yeah. Did you see Did you see that Bruce Willis is quarantined with Demi Moore and not his wife?
No.
Yeah.
Oh.
Can you imagine, Mike? Can you imagine having to quarantine without your wife? How salty she would be. And then, what if it was with one of your ex-wives?
Well, I don't have any ex-wives, but
well, just assume
ex-girlfriend.
Hey, I'm stuck over here with this broad. How's that going to go over?
Well, first off, it wouldn't go over well with Sasha, but the other part is it ain't going to go over well with me either, because I can't think of one ex that I would want to be quarantined with.
That's nice. Come on.
What?
Yeah.
I mean,
you had some good girlfriends.
Yeah, not even one. Well, he probably didn't, but not one.
Dude, you think a twisty-tied, crisscross looking somebody
300 pounds
actually had quality? I'm just kidding.
He was shaped like a pear with legs.
That's nice, Doc.
Feels like a Vienna sock with toothpicks in it. Eggs.
There's a certain independent wrestler down there who I told one time on a microphone during the show because he was he was trying to cap on somebody being fat, and I was like, dude, you look like a big fucking pigeon with your big fucking fat belly and those twigs of legs you have.
Hey, shut up! I need to talk wrestling real quick.
Sure.
So did I see recently that Mike Jackson was on a recent episode of TNA at 70 years old walking the ropes?
Yeah.
Well, it's actually Impact officially now, but Mike Jackson
Impact
at 70 years old was working his ass off, diving through the ropes and walking the ropes.
Let me tell you, this time for a deep in the episode, never done before, Doc-A-Holic spotlight, man. Jesus Christ. He looked great. Good for that guy.
Did you see it, Hopper?
I've seen it, but I haven't seen the match. And I was like, oh, fuck, I want to watch Impact now. And I can't. It's on Access TV or whatever the fuck it is, which Cox doesn't carry, and they don't have a streaming service or anything. Is there some way to watch it online, like they have like on YouTube or something?
I might try to find the match on YouTube to see if it's there, because I don't record Impact. I don't watch it. I haven't watched Impact in years. I want to see if it's there.
This guy was a good jobber. This guy here, this guy was good.
Gary Royal.
Yeah.
Him and Mike Jackson. He's good. He was one. I mean, Gary Royal's good, man. He's
everything
chunky,
he did looked good.
Yeah, he's good.
He lost to the Mulkeys.
Yep, lost to the Mulkeys. He was one of the match tag team. Yep. All right. Thoughts on the Midnight versus Mike Jackson and Gary Royal, Doc?
Good match, man. I'm ready. I'm ready to see these guys tear it up at Starrcade, man.
How about Stan's wiggle? Any other thoughts on that wiggle? That was
he's wiggling him in it. You know, we say talking him in the building, but he's wiggling him in the bed, you know?
Look at that.
Look at that.
Dude, that's an awesome wiggle.
Those are better moves than you'd find on Soul Train.
That's him in a club fucking doing that shit to what's that guy? Never gonna let you up, never gonna let you down.
Rick Astley.
You talking about?
Yeah,
Rick
that's him. Yeah.
Astley.
That's him doing that to that fucking song in some club somewhere with a fucking Coors Light in his hand.
He would definitely have been drinking. If Stan Lane was in prime rat begging time now, his prime now, he'd drink Michelob Ultra for sure.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
Never gonna give you up, never gonna let you down.
You ever look at Harper? You drink Michelob Ultra?
Yeah. I mean, if you put it in front of me, I'll drink it. Yeah, if I go to a bar, that's what I ask. It depends, though. We see the thing is, some bars charge it as a fucking import.
What?
So it's $1 more. Because it's a Michelob. Remember when, like, back in the day when they used to have Michelob and Michelob Light, like Michelob was a step above Budweiser? So some bars charge it as an import, so it's $1 more.
Here's
if I'm in a bar
Jesus.
when they do that, I get a Bud Light.
But here's the thing. I got to drink 10 more Michelob Ultras to get a buzz on because there ain't no booze in it.
Yeah, I mainly just drink that or a Bud Light if I'm in a bar.
Okay. I'm drinking a Heineken. I'm drinking Heineken tonight.
I'm drinking Hennessy. That's what I'm drinking.
We know.
Did you put some purple Kool-Aid in it?
No, but I just keep thinking about X-Rated last year, man. Dude, I was so hammered on Hennessy. And then Harper brings me in the back where they were getting dressed after the show. They still had a ton of Bud Light. I cracked open 2 of those and chased those after some Hennessy. I don't know how I didn't puke. Feeling good, brother. Living the dream.
Living the dream. All right, let's keep it going, pal.
Let's keep it going, man.
Yeah, a little winded here.
Yeah, we don't have much more to go, actually, because basically we go from the Midnight winning their match to Dustin Rhodes versus Trent Knight. And Dustin Rhodes is not in tag team action this week. He wins his match. So I don't really, first time we've seen him in singles. Nice looking power slam and then big elbow drop, and Dustin gets the pin. Doc, anything from that?
Not one single thing, actually.
Harper?
That guy got a lot of shit in. He did shit for the top rope.
They did a lot. I don't say they did a lot, but it was longer than you would expect. But I don't know. You know, Trent Knight is a good-looking enhancement talent.
Yeah.
Leave it at that.
Yeah.
So, all right. So then, dude, I tell you what, they go to this last match, and they got plenty of time for this, man. I don't remember the last time we had a match this long in the studio, but we go to, I'll call it a main event type match, because you got Barry Windham versus Eddie Gilbert. But JJ grabs the mic first to introduce Barry, and he brings him into the ring. Anyway, this one was pretty damn long for a studio match. Doc, I'll throw it to you. What did you have?
Well, last week I said I liked it when Eddie Gilbert was a heel, but I thought he did his job really well here, being the undersized, scrappy baby face. These two guys are excellent workers. They're excellent with psychology. This was really, really, really fun to watch, in my opinion. I do want to make one timestamp call out here. If you go to an hour and 20 with 9 seconds after it, we're at 120
right here.
What a hell of a punch.
So let's see what he's talking about. It's coming up.
It's Wyndham.
That one?
That one. Yeah.
When Eddie Gilbert spit the gum out and it looked like a tooth that went flying?
Yeah.
That's right. That was fantastic. It's the little things. He spit his gum out. It looked like a tooth, and it was a hell of a punch. Play that again, just so Harper can see it. Harper loves a great punch. That's why he always dates the girls that can take one.
Ooh.
It was actually a nice cut on the camera, too, because they were at one
great
angle.
Camera work. My other note on this was everyone involved, from the cameramen to the announcers to the ref to afterwards, everybody involved did a great job. This was a team effort. This was everybody rowing the boat the same way. You get to the aftermatch promo, but just really, this was JJ, Teddy, the announcers, the two guys in the ring, all being just top-notch professionals at working this thing.
This was a treat because, like, I'm throwing Harper. I want your thoughts, but the one note I had, because I mean, I could break down this match for 15 minutes and give you 10 minutes worth of notes, but I don't want to do that because I want to see what Harper thinks. But I think, like, the thing about this was, we talk about a Saturday night, we get all these enhancement talent matches, and then we're like, all right, well, there's nothing really happening in this match. All right, nothing really happened in this match. Man, These two worked their tail off in front of 100 people in a studio, 15, 16 minutes straight. And then personally, I like what they do in the promo and the finish. And what I liked about this was Barry's about to have a big match at Starrcade. So he didn't just have no cupcake here, man. He's in this ring against Gilbert, and they have this long match before Starrcade. And I'm like, all right, well, damn, I mean, I know he's a heel, but he comes across as a fighting champion at this point. So I don't know. I like that from it. With the length of this match and how good they worked in front of the studio. Again, you only got 100 people. To go out there in front of 100 people and put in 15 minutes is a hell of a job. Harper, what did you have?
Yeah, this was good shit, man.
Yeah,
this was fun to watch. And then they said during the match, it says, later on, we have Al Perez and the Commandos, and I'm looking at the time, and I was like, I don't think so.
They got bumped, brother.
Yeah.
Yeah, buddy. Al Perez and the Commandos. But
let me ask this question.
Yeah.
Because you said this, and I agree with it. That this was a treat, and it is, because we get these kind of matches more often than we ever thought we did in hindsight, but they're still rare.
Yeah, they're rare.
Is this a top 5 in the 3 years we've done this?
I would say so.
Okay, so
for the studio.
So number 1 for me you're gonna have to figure out how to beat Flair and Garvin Christmas '85.
Yes.
And number 2 is Wyndham Flair going 30 minutes.
I was gonna say that.
Then there's the Arn and Tully versus Dusty. Who was Dusty's partner in that? And they were out, not in the studio, but they were in South Carolina.
Oh,
was it Magnum?
It might have been Magnum. I don't know if it was Magnum, but Rick's at ringside, and they're messing with the Nux, and Dusty brings Tully back over the ropes, and when he's falling, he hits him with the Nux on the way down and pins him.
Are you sure that wasn't the singles match?
Yeah, that's what it was.
Yeah, that was Tully. That was Tully and Dusty. I know exactly what match you're talking. That's a top one. It's not in the studio, but it's on Saturday night. Yes.
That's right. That's a top 5.
Yep.
Man, I don't even know if the Road Warriors and the Midnight Express from just a few weeks ago is not in that discussion.
I got another one you're forgetting from like '86. The Rock and Roll Express versus Ole and Arn.
Yeah,
that was a match.
They went like 30 minutes on that.
Yeah.
That was a fucking barn burner. Where they cut the ring off and oh my God, I could watch that over and over again. It's incredible. But you're right. This it's not like, that's why it's hard to do top 5s, because you would have to bump one of those 5 we just talked about.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is, we can sit here and discuss whether it is or it isn't, but it's in that discussion, and that makes it pretty awesome.
Yeah, I agree. And I honestly, there's nothing that would ever beat Garvin and Flair in the studio in '85. When those two bastards beat the piss out of each other.
Yeah.
At the week of
Christmas.
That
was good shit.
God damn, they killed each other.
I showed it to my 7-year-old a couple of months ago, and he doesn't give one shit about old classic wrestling. He's 7. Like, he doesn't even like to watch a bunch of really old, like CM Punk is like 100 years old to him.
Well, of course.
But they started hitting those chops. And he was like, wait, what? And he sat there with me and watched it and was like, that looks like it hurts. I'm like, you think? And he watched the whole damn thing and he was like, those guys are tough. I was like, you think?
Dude, they chop the hell out of each other for like 10 minutes straight.
Okay, so go back here. I thought it was really put Wyndham over. Like, Gilbert's trying to get away from the claw, and it was a little goofy, but he held on to that claw.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's true, huh? He kept trying to get out. He fucking kept it on him.
This was good. The finish ends up being Barry wins when JJ knees Eddie Gilbert in the back from the apron, which we just saw. Teddy Long didn't see it, and then Barry basically small cradles Gilbert and hooks him, and 1, 2, 3. Barry wins by pin with Shenanigans, with JJ helping him out, but Teddy didn't see it. So, but I think like this, Barry, two things happen here. Eddie Gilbert looks strong in a loss, and two, Barry wins going into Starrcade.
Yes.
But he needed help and looked vulnerable, so maybe Bigelow can beat him. Gee, I better buy this pay-per-view and see.
There you go, pal. Look, what is, hold on, where's it at? Here it is.
It ain't that fucking hard, guys.
There you go. It ain't that hard.
There you go. That's right.
All right. So, anything else, Doc, before we go to the promo with Barry, JJ, Rick?
No, I thought this was done well, too, so let's hear it.
Yeah, I thought this was done really, really well. So, here it is. Gilbert's going to run in, but I like the way they do this. Here you go.
The videotape doesn't lie. You interfered in that match.
What?
Yes, you interfered in the match.
I have a right to protect myself. What are you talking about?
What were you doing in the apron? You had no business on the apron.
Punches at...
Wait just a minute. He didn't respect after you out of the way now. You can't beat me. You just scum over here to beat me. You can't beat Mr. U.S. Champion. You can't beat me by yourself.
Do yourself a favor, little man, and take a hike.
Come on, guys. Come on. We're double teaming again. It was Dylan that was involved in that.
Oh, and that's it.
Yep. They cut it. So what happened if you're not a patron and watching the video version of this, basically what happened is Rick starts chopping Eddie. Eddie rolls into the ring. You got Wyndham and Rick start going after Eddie in the ring like they're going to jump him. And Bigelow rolls into the ring to help Eddie out. And all of a sudden, Bigelow's there. They cut. And guess what? Well, we got Bigelow and Barry at the pay-per-view, so better go buy that damn pay-per-view if you want to see.
That would have pissed me off as a kid. Like, no!
Right.
You cut off right when fucking Bam Bam rolls into the ring.
They sure did. They cut it off right there. So you got to get the pay-per-view or to see if anything else is going to happen between Bigelow and Barry. I mean, they've got a big match, so there's that. But I thought it was great. I thought it was a good way to finish it.
And you know why you would sit there as a kid and say no? It's because you knew you weren't going to get any resolution. All you were going to get was maybe told what happened next Saturday night. See, the beauty of being an adult is we're going to watch this shit next week and talk about Starrcade. I'm excited.
We are. I'm definitely excited too. So, all right. We got to rate this thing because this was the Starrcade Go Home show, and we got Starrcade that we're going to start doing next week. So before we do so, I want to remind everyone, if you're not a patron, consider becoming one if you can at tinyurl.com/PatreonBTT. As Doc said, we've got some new Patreon episodes out there, but overall, we've got over 200 plus Patreon exclusive episodes up just for our Patreon members. Some non-wrestling stuff, lots of wrestling stuff, world-class stuff, ECW stuff. The WCW pay-per-views are all there. The Clash of the Champions, we've done 4 of them now from 1988. And we'll have many more to do once we get into 1989. So again, it's tinyurl.com/PatreonBTT. Also, don't forget to use our Amazon referral link. It's tinyurl.com/BTTAmazon. A great way to support this show without spending anything extra. If you're stuck at home and you can't get out and you're buying things on Amazon and your wife is too, or your boyfriend or whatever you got, give them the link and tell them to use it as well. Again, it's tinyurl.com/BTTAmazon. Great way to support this show without spending anything extra. Okay. I'll go first. I'm going to rate this thing. I'm going to give it an A. I really liked the main event match, if you want to call it that. I thought there was some good promos. The Road Warriors popped me when Animal said we got our basic booking orders and we can't say anything mean. And I'll give it an A. I thought about an A-, but I thought this was fine for the Go Home show going into next week. So, Doc, what are you giving it?
You said you thought about where I'm going. I'm going to say A-.
All right. Harper, what are you giving?
I'm going to give it, it's an A. An A.
Okay. Harper gives it an A too. All right, Doc, let's go to the Rolex. Who are you giving your Rolex to?
I almost gave it to Luger here. But come on, man. Rick's the champ going into the biggest flagship show of the year. He cut that promo, and Rick gets the Rolex.
I'm going to give mine to Animal because I like the fact that he told the producers that told him not to say anything bad, that he heard them, but he wanted the fans to know he didn't like it. So I'm giving it to Animal. It kind of popped me when Animal said that. So Animal gets it for me. Harper, who are you going to give yours to?
I'm giving it to Rick, man.
Rick was good.
Rick was fucking great.
Yeah. All right. So Rick gets Rolex from Doc and Harper. I'm giving it to Animal. And I think we got 2 A's and an A- on the rating. So here's the announcement regarding Starrcade. Now, here's the thing. Before we really ramped up our Patreon program, we used to do all the Starrcades on the free feed. So 1985 and 1986, they were all done on the free feed. We always did them. So for this year, we will remain with doing Starrcade on the free feed. It's not going to be a Patreon special. That may change in the years to come, but for now, just like we did 85, 86, and 87, we'll do it on the free feed. Now, if you remember how we always have done Starrcade, we never did Starrcade as one show because they had so many big matches on it. We broke it into 2 episodes. So just like we've done in previous years, we will do Starrcade as a part 1 and a part 2 in the next 2 weeks. So there you go. And if you enjoy the fact that you're going to get Starrcade for free, think about becoming a patron so you can get the rest of those pay-per-views at tinyurl.com/PatreonBTT. All right, Doc. So I made the Starrcade announcement, and Harper, I got to look at my notes because I do have notes on the matches that we'll do for next week, and I'll let you know. I'll send you a text with it.
All right.
It's basically the halfway point. I forget which one is the halfway point, though. So, all right, Doc, anything else we need to talk about before we get out of here?
Man, let me just try to pump everybody up and cheer them up. So, I don't know when we go back to normal, but hopefully tonight's been normal. We're talking about wrestling. We're laughing. We're living.
Ron Fuller.
Smoky Mountain Negro.
Stop, Harper. What the hell, man?
You can't say that.
Wait. Hold on.
Only Mike can say it.
No, stop that. Come on.
Say it, Mike.
Get that cold drink, lean back against the old learning tree for some wrestling education. What have you got today?
Well, here we go. Today's learning tree is a question from someone from Twitter. And this person calls himself the Smoky Mountain Negro.
What the fuck?
If you don't cut that audio into a drop that says this person calls themselves the then you're not doing your job.
Ron Fuller sounds like just the most kind-hearted soul of an old man when he says that.
So here's the thing. We're gonna keep trying to keep things normal on the show. We're gonna keep coming up with some top 5, some nonsense we could talk about, some patron content. Here's my question to you guys, and this is just, we hadn't talked about this, so right now, sitting here on April 15th, 2020, do you guys think the NFL will kick off football on time?
No.
Nothing's
gonna happen, bro. Like baseball's not gonna fucking happen, bro. I'm sorry. It's not gonna happen. Baseball's not gonna fucking happen. Because how the fuck you gonna play it to the goddamn winter? You can't play baseball in the fucking winter and up in fucking Milwaukee and Chicago and fucking New York.
Why can't you play it into the winter?
Because it's cold. It's gonna be snowing.
Okay. So no football on time.
Well,
no. Football is going to be delayed at least a month.
I think we'll get football, but it's either going to be delayed or a seriously abbreviated season.
Yeah, something's going to have to change. It's not going to just going to let fucking everyone back into the stadiums, and we're just,
No, I'm talking about just playing the games. I didn't say that people will be there.
Yeah, I think it'll be seriously delayed if it happens.
Okay, so let me do the classy blassie PSA of the moment here. If you
Wash
do
your
have
hands,
to,
don't eat ass.
if you do need to leave your house, get you a mask, wash your hands, because this is the kind of shit that will keep us from having football if you don't do those things.
Yeah. Just fucking wear the mask and wash your hands. And don't go somewhere if you don't gotta fucking go.
Hey. I am 36 hours away from being 4 weeks in my house with only leaving to walk my dog around the neighborhood. 4 weeks.
So where you going?
Nowhere. We walk around the neighborhood.
That's what he's saying. He's just walking around the neighborhood with the dog.
Yeah, I haven't gone anywhere. My wife, we did, because here's another thing. If you're a family, you designate one person to do all the going out. So, survival tips here. Mrs. Doc is the one that goes to the store because she knows where everything is. She can get it done faster, less interruptions. She can navigate it faster, so she's been the one that's going. Okay, well, we have a little fold-out table, and she takes the food out of the car, and then we spray it down with the spray and then let it dry. Because that's what Blassie said. He's like, when you spray shit, don't wipe it off. I heard that. Blassie was on our show, right? He said you got to let the spray kill the germs.
I'm the only one leaving the house, man, the last couple of weeks, and holy shit.
I haven't been anywhere it'll be in 36 hours. It'll be 4 weeks since I've gone anywhere but walking around my neighborhood with a dog on a leash. That's and I'm fortunate. I know there's a lot. Let me say this too. Let me babyface Doc. For all of you that have to go into work, man, I'm keeping y'all in my prayers. I really am. That sucks. Just do everything you can to keep your ass safe. I mean, that's real. That's real. Wear a mask. Stay away from people to the best you can. I'm lucky. I can work from home. We've been, and guess what? I found out, liquor stores deliver.
Nice.
I got 4
That made
cases.
you believe in God, didn't it?
Man, it was something. I got 4 cases of beer delivered the other day.
This is in addition to all the stuff he got delivered last week, everybody.
Yeah, I'm 4 weeks in, but we've ordered $350 from the liquor store.
Damn.
Jesus Christ.
Must be nice.
You are showing that privilege, boy.
What an asshole.
Bro, I'm telling you,
real.
I'm going to have to hit rehab when this shit's over. But I'm serious. We've talked about this before, too. I'm glad I quit smoking 2 years ago.
Yeah.
That's a bad habit.
All right. Here's the other question. So we know I think football's going to start on time. I think they're going to figure out a way. Like, baseball is fucked. I love the NBA. Love the NBA. NBA's fucked. Hockey's fucked. They're going to figure out how to get football going. Come on. It's football.
Yeah.
It's Uncle Raj. He's going to get his product out there.
America.
Hell, I watched the damn horse tournament the other night on ESPN because I'm fucking desperate.
God damn.
Yeah, it was awful.
Yeah.
All right, well, let's go home.
All right.
Harper, you got anything?
No.
Yeah, me either. So we hope you enjoyed the Tiger King Part 2 along with the top cereals that we loved on the Patreon episode that hopefully dropped by the time this airs. If it didn't, it will drop soon, and that's that. Harper, do me a favor, hit that tagline and get us out of here.
Book it, bitch.